Hey YouTube, I'm making an updated video on how to make cornmeal. Quite a while ago I made a video on how to know that your corn is non-GMO. Popcorn, till this day, as far as I know, is one of those types of corn that is not GMO. And so if you grind up popcorn, you can make a very nice cornmeal. You can also use the same cornmeal to make delicious cornbread or corn cakes. So what you do is you just put it in your blender, Ninja, Vitamix, whatever, and grind it up to a powder. That took a little over a minute in my Vitamix, longer in a blender. Once it's ground up, this is the next important step. You can see here it looks pretty finely ground as the powder, but that there's always going to be a few little bits in there and you do not want them to get mixed in with your cornmeal. The next step is to use a strainer to strain out any larger bits and make sure that it's a nice fine powder. You're just going to sift the cornmeal with your strainer here, or if you have a sifter you can use that too. So once the little pieces have been separated from the nice fine flour, you can either toss this out, or what I do is I just collect it all. I've ended up with about 3/4 of a cup here. I will just toss it back into my Vitamix and then grind that up, and I'll get most of it to turn into powder. 3 cups of popcorn ended up making 4 cups of cornmeal. So the recipe is 2 to 1. So for every 1 cup of cornmeal, add 2 cups of liquid. A lot of people like the creaminess of a cornmeal that's got at least a little bit of milk or milk type product of their choice in it. So I'm going to go with 1 cup of water and 1 cup of milk. I'm going to mix the 1 cup of water ahead of time, and it's going to be cold water so that it can mix up well before I pour it into the pan to cook up. I should say, if you like thick cornmeal, it would be 2 to 1. If you like more of a thinner cornmeal, then you would go with 3 cups of liquid to 1 cup of cornmeal. Now that my 1 cup of water is dissolved in the cornmeal, I'm just going to add it to the pan and then add the extra cup of milk to it. So you do want to stay with cornmeal so it doesn't end up super lumpy. And keeping it on a medium high. We'll be ready in about 7 minutes, 10 minutes. Just want to make sure it's fully cooked through. To speed up the process, that 2nd cup of liquid should be boiling. In my case, it's water, so I made sure that the 2nd cup was boiling water from my kettle. And now it's starting to bubble up, so I'm just going to stick with it for another 5 minutes. So 5 minutes or so from when it starts bubbling up. Sweetener is definitely to taste, so you want to just add however you would like, how much sweetener you would like. Right now I'm going to add 2 tablespoons to this recipe of honey, and that should be good enough. Just a word of caution, when it starts to bubble up, the bubbles can kind of fly and spatter a little bit. Just be careful for that. If you keep stirring it, it will help avoid these extreme bubbles that can come out at you like lava. You'll feel it from when it starts bubbling. Within about 5 minutes, it's going to change textures almost immediately. And now I can feel that it's quite thick underneath my spoon. I'm just giving it a few more stirs and then I'm going to serve it in a bowl. This thickness is what some people like, but some people like it thinner. So like I mentioned before, you would just do 2 to 1, 2 cups of liquid for every 1 cup of cornmeal if you like it thinner. But this is how I'm making it this time, and I'll serve it up. And for the secret weapon, tablespoon of butter, not margarine or any other fake product. You're better to just not put anything in if you're going to go that route, because it's very unhealthy. But adding a tablespoon of true butter will add a nice rich flavor to it, and the healthy fats in butter are very good for our brain. So that's what it looks like served up on a plate, and I generally just add some milk over top to mix in and enjoy. So that's it. Super simple. You can add whatever you like, nutmeg, cinnamon, however you'd like to add more flavors, but the base recipe is super simple, very nourishing, and it sticks to your ribs. So hope you give it a try. Thank you for watching. God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video.